My name is Eric Frazier, and I'm a mortgage broker. And I have a program that can help you buy a home today. In fact, it's an FHA no-no. That means no money down, no closing costs. You need to call me. If you're serious about buying a home, don't procrastinate, don't wait, call today. These programs do not last forever. Interest rates are going up, housing is going higher. The time to buy is today. Apply to buy now. With Eric Frazier, Mortgage Brokerage.
This episode of the In Session Real Estate TV show is brought to you by The Power is Now. Kenny Session has over 25 years in the real estate business in the Bay Area. Kenny is the past president of the California Association of Real Estate Brokers and the past president of Associated Real Property Brokers. And now, your host, your real estate broker, Kenny Session.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the In Session Real Estate TV show. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to watch our show. I am Kenny Session, the broker and CEO of Session Real Estate. I've been in business since 1987, and this show has been in production since 1997. We're happy to be here now on Coffee TV, where we will be able to share pertinent information with you on a weekly basis. This is not an infomercial. This is a real estate TV show. Good morning again, and we welcome you to our show this morning. I have a very exciting guest in the studio with me. I have Mr. Anthony Blow from the Rolling Hills Memorial Park with us today. Anthony has been in the cemetery business for about 22 years. He was born and raised right here in the Bay Area. He's married to the beautiful Barbara, and he has three children. He's a graduate of Emory High School in Emeryville. He also graduated from Merritt College right here in Oakland with an AA degree. He also has a BA degree from Simpson College in Reading. He got into the cemetery business in 1985 and has worked for 4 different cemeteries and cemetery brokers in the last 30 years. He's been a salesperson, a unit manager, a sales manager, and he's helped families across the socioeconomic spectrum, from the rich to the poor and across all racial lines. So today we want to welcome Anthony Blow to the show. We've got dynamite information. A lot of us don't want to talk about this, Anthony. Anything else you want to tell them about yourself before we get into the question and answers we have for you?
Well, one thing about the cemetery business, this is the last piece of cemetery, this is the last piece of real estate you're ever going to own in your lifetime.
Well, that's true, and I'm not trying to reach you too soon, but we definitely need to start planning. We need to talk about it a little bit, because I'm sure you see a lot of folks who show up at your door that are not prepared for this time. Am I correct?
That's absolutely correct.
All right, and that's the gist of our show. We want you to be prepared for this. Many of us, we talked about buying houses. We've talked about cleaning up credit. We've talked about a lot of things on our show. Now we need to talk about your exit strategy, if you will.
There you go.
Okay. But how did you get into the cemetery business in the first place?
Well, in 1985, my dad passed away, and he was not prepared, and we had to put together these arrangements without any information. So we basically started from scratch. We went to a funeral home that was a family friend owned, and just didn't know exactly what to do.
Okay.
So during that time of taking care of arrangements and grieving, what we did was I seen an ad in the paper, because I was between jobs at the time, and it said they're looking for memorial estate counselors. And I went and applied and got the job. And I learned then that you can make arrangements ahead of time.
Right. And that's kind of what we're going to get down to. But tell me, why does someone need to buy this property ahead of time? Is there a bargain? Are we getting a better deal by doing it earlier or later? Why do we need to have this?
Well, one of the reasons why you need your cemetery property ahead of time is, yes, we're able to give bargains and discounts in advance. At the time of need, there are no discounts, there are no bargains. You have to pay cash for everything. In advance, you can pay it on time. At the time of need, you can't. You have to pay it right then and there.
When you say on time, which means that you can buy a plot and put some money down and then just make monthly payments on it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can make monthly payments.
Do they run a credit report on you before you do it?
Well, no. Fortunately, people with good credit and bad credit alike need cemetery property.
They're gonna have to have it whether you got good credit or not. So we ain't gonna have to clean your credit up to get this real estate.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And can life insurance pay for plots? How does that work? I mean, many of us have life insurance, or some of us don't have life insurance. Can you tell us a little bit about both of those?
Yeah. You can do it with life insurance, but that's doing it at the time of need. And the problem with that in doing it at the time of need is that prices are at that height at that time, and you have to pay cash. And sometimes when a death occurs, there are problems that occur that require the insurance company to investigate. Okay. That could take up to a year, and you would still have to find money to bury your loved one.
So what you're saying is that a life insurance policy is maybe not the best possible way to finance this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so give us some ideas of what are some of the other ways. Do you guys have in-house financing, or how do they work with that?
The financing is all in-house. We fill out an application and you make your deposit. You're already okay to go forward with it. Just have to make your monthly installments. And we go at the longest period of time we go was a 7-year period. Once it's paid for, it's paid for. Your insurance can go to your loved one as an inheritance. It can take care of other bills and needs that you're going to have at the time of need. And your cemetery arrangements are taken care of. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay. So basically the loan that Rolling Hills would give you will be a 7-year loan.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you? And then they're going to make periodic payments, equal payments for the whole 7 years, and then they pay the balance. What happens if you get a policy and say 3 years into it, it's a 7-year loan, and 3 years into it you pass away? Do you have to pay the balance right at the time of death?
The family would have to pay the balance, yes, sir.
At the time of death.
At the time.
So it's real imperative that we get that whole 7 years to get it paid off. Is that
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yes.
Because otherwise we could end up having a large bill that comes due at the time of arrangements. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, tell me why is buying a plot? Will buying a plot take care of the funeral expenses too? Because I know that when I did one for my family, we had to pay the mortuary money, and then we had to pay the funeral money, and we had to pay opening and closing and all that. Can you explain that to them?
Yes.
How that works?
The way it works is that the cemetery and the funeral home are two separate entities. And so when you are purchasing this, you have to go to the mortuary and pay for your funeral expenses, and then you have to go to the cemetery and pay for your cemetery expenses. It's like if you go to a gas station, when you go to the gas station to get gas, you have to pay for gas. You're not going to pay for any repairs that need to be done in the car. That's a separate entity altogether.
Okay. So when is there insurance on that part of it too, the mortuary side of it, or how would they, is it financeable? I know that may not be what you guys do at Rolling Hills, but what should they expect on the mortuary side? Can you give them a little idea of what's happening on that side?
Right, yeah. With the mortuary side, you can make monthly installments on that. There is an insurance policy. You can use a policy that you already have, or you can purchase one pre-need from the funeral home and make payments on casket and services ahead of time.
So how would they do that? Would they go into just pick a mortuary that they want to work with and go over there and ask for those services?
Absolutely. They can pick any mortuary they'd like.
Any mortuary that they like. Okay. Well, you know, folks, this is very, very important stuff. I'm hoping we're asking the questions that are pertinent to what you may need. We're going to take a quick break and take care of some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back in a second with Anthony to ask a few more questions. You're watching the In Session Real Estate TV show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is located at 3920 Edwards Avenue in Oakland, California. It has totally remodeled bathrooms, a large updated kitchen with stainless steel appliances, glistening hardwood floors, and a huge backyard. It is listed at $460,000. This 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom great starter home is located at 310 Marina Way in Richmond, California. This home is a quick walk to Richmond BART Station and is listed at $229,000. This charming 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom corner lot is located at 2751 Fruitvale Avenue in Oakland. It features a separate unfinished unit and is listed at $497,500. This 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom beauty is located at 1620 Russell Street in Berkeley. It features a 1-car garage, large country kitchen, and a separate man cave. Priced to sale at $875,000.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Income protection? Call Don Hills, independent insurance broker.
Hello, I'm Dawn Hills with DMH Insurance, and I'm an independent insurance broker. Income protection helps families when you're injured and can't work. Life insurance is legacy planning and can also protect your mortgage. Call me, Dawn Hills, for a free consultation to protect you and your family. Dawn Hills Insurance for your every need.
Here at Infinity Investments, it's our mission to build a portfolio of investment property communities and a large network of investors, buyers, sellers, and tenants whom we serve by operating with character, integrity, and a commitment to excellence. And as our gift to you, we like to invite you out to one of our free monthly seminars where you'll learn the fundamentals of how to buy, own, and operate multifamily properties. Look forward to seeing you soon.
My name is Eric Frazier, and I'm a mortgage broker. And I have a program that can help you buy a home today. In fact, it's an FHA no-no. That means no money down, no closing costs. You need to call me. If you're serious about buying a home, don't procrastinate, don't wait, call today. These programs do not last forever. Interest rates are going up, housing is going higher. The time to buy is today. Apply to buy now. With Eric Frazier, Mortgage Brokerage.
Okay, we're back. We've got quite a few other questions we want to ask Anthony. Okay, let's say we're going to move back to the plot. Your area of expertise is where we're going to get this grave. What are all the things that we have to pay for? I mean, I know that there's a breakdown. You're not just paying for the plot. There's some other things that come along with that as well. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. With the plot, you have also what we call a vault. Okay, it's a concrete container that the casket goes in, and then you have the opening closing charge. Opening closing charge is the cost of opening the grave space for the graveside service and then closing that space back up. Those are expenses that go along with the purchase of property. Sometimes people buy their property with just the land by itself, and the opening closing comes up later, sometimes at the time of need when somebody's passed away, and then you go into the office and find out you have to pay for your opening closing. Well, that can be taken care of ahead of time also.
Okay. And I know that for myself, you know, there's additional costs with headstones. Mm-hmm. Do we pay for water to water the grass too?
Well, that's paid for through, when you buy your plot, there is an item in your purchase called endowment care. Mm-hmm. And that pays for the maintenance and upkeep of the cemetery. So yes, you paid for your water, but you paid for it when you bought your plot.
Okay, that was kind of a little joke there, folks. Now, let me ask you, okay, let's say I buy a plot for myself, and let's say, God forbid, someone else in my family dies before I do. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to put someone else in that plot?
Yes, you can put someone else in your plot. With your consent, they would have you come in and sign the plot over to that loved one who would need it at that time.
Okay. So once you buy a plot, or we could buy, pretty much we know that everybody in your family is going to die. I think my father bought all of us plots, so I might have a plot for sale somewhere. Because I ain't planning on going nowhere for a while. But what if you move and you don't have you have to buy plots in new locations? Just say, for instance, we decided to move out of this area, and we didn't want to use your plot there. Is it possible to transfer that plot to a different cemetery?
Yes, it is transferable. Your burial rights are transferable. What the real simple and easy way to explain it is that you would send, once you get there, you would talk to the local cemetery and let them know where you own cemetery property at, and they will commence the transfer papers. Once that's all completed, they'll have you come back in and go into the cemetery and select your space.
Okay, well, beautiful. Now let's get into what we want to know. What does all this cost? I mean, what are some of the costs that we can anticipate for buying this last piece of real estate?
Okay, at the time of need, it can cost between $15,000 and $30,000. Buying it ahead of time, it can cost as low as $5,800.
Okay. So the low is $5,800 if you decide to go buy some plots, and you can finance that $5,800.
Yes, you can.
Or it could be $15,000 to $30,000 if you go down there and say, my daddy is down there at the morgue and I need to put him in the ground next week. It's going to be $15,000 to $30,000.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay. And what is, my question is for this is, I know you see a lot of families at that time. What is your recommendation? What would you recommend them to do at this point?
Well, I would recommend that you make your arrangements ahead of time. You can give us a call. You can give me a call, and we can talk to you about planning your arrangements ahead of time so that you're not caught in that type of situation that would require you to come with a lot of money to take care of something you could take care of in advance. And
we have viewers from all over the Bay Area. I know that you guys are in Rolling Hills, which is up in Richmond, correct?
Yes, yep.
And we may have some people down in San Jose or up in Santa Rosa. What kind of advice would you give them in terms of maybe go to their local area, or do they call you still? What would you recommend if they were out of this particular area here?
Well, they have an option. I've dealt with families up in Sacramento, up in over in San Rafael, San Francisco, down in the San Jose area, wanting to come to Rolling Hills. But if Rolling Hills is not your choice, you do have cemeteries in your area that you can purchase pre-need at.
Okay, so what we're recommending, I'm sure you're recommending, is everybody that's under the sound of my voice look at trying to purchase this stuff prior to needing it.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's where we're going to keep the cost down and obviously the stress down as well.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now, when you say opening and closing, one of the things I've noticed at funerals, and we've all been to funerals, that sometimes, when the funeral's over, they leave the casket out there.
Yes, sir.
Or, I've also seen it where they lower the casket. What is that called? Where you stand there and watch them put it in the ground and throw some dirt on it.
That's just being a witness.
A witness to the burial.
To the burial, yes.
Okay. And how often is that? I mean, is that pretty common?
That's real common. You'd have to let the cemetery know at the time of arrangements that you want to witness the burial, and they'll allow you to.
Okay. And is there an additional cost to do that?
No.
Okay. I know that y'all the cemetery, everybody trying to charge up and get as much as you can because they know after you gone, we ain't getting no more. After you get it. But I think one of the important things that you said is that even if you have pre-needs, we want to try to set that up for at least 7 years before you decide you want to die. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you have much choice.
Well, I guess we don't have no choice. But it's a good thing that we can laugh about this right now, because when it actually happens, it's really not a fun time. It's not a time to really laugh about, I would imagine. That's not the time to be having the fun about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, we've got a couple other questions for Anthony. Let's take another quick break and look at some of our listings we've gotten, and we'll be right back to finish up with Anthony. We'll be right back. You're watching the In Session Real Estate TV show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is located at 3920 Edwards Avenue in Oakland, California. It has totally remodeled bathrooms, a large updated kitchen with stainless steel appliances, glistening hardwood floors, and a huge backyard. It is listed at $460,000. This 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom great starter home is located at 310 Marina Way in Richmond, California. This home is a quick walk to Richmond BART station and is listed at $229,000. This charming 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom corner lot is located at 2751 Fruitvale Avenue in Oakland. It features a separate unfinished unit and is listed at $497,500. This 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom beauty is located at 1620 Russell Street in Berkeley. It features a 1-car garage, large country kitchen, and a separate man cave. Price to sale at $875,000.
My name is Eric Frazier, and I'm a mortgage broker. And I have a program that can help you buy a home today. In fact, it's an FHA no-no. That means no money down, no closing costs. You need to call me. If you're serious about buying a home, don't procrastinate, don't wait, call today. These programs do not last forever. Interest rates are going up, housing is going higher. The time to buy is today. Apply to buy now. With Eric Frazier, Mortgage Brokerage.
Do you need income protection? Call Don Hills, Independent Insurance Broker.
Hello, I'm Dawn Hills with DMH Insurance, and I'm an independent insurance broker. Income protection helps families when you're injured and can't work. Life insurance is legacy planning and can also protect your mortgage. Call me, Dawn Hills, for a free consultation to protect you and your family. Dawn Hills Insurance for your every need.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Here at Infinity Investments, it's our mission to build a portfolio of investment property communities and a large network of investors, buyers, sellers, and tenants whom we serve by operating with character, integrity, and a commitment to excellence. And as our gift to you, we'd like to invite you out to one of our free monthly seminars where you'll learn the fundamentals of how to buy, own, and operate multifamily properties. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, we're back. We're here with Anthony Blow from Rolling Hills Memorial Park. We're talking about final needs, preparation, and making those preparations before you need their services. Absolutely. But there's just a couple more questions. And okay, do the plot prices go up? I mean, we know the price of real estate goes up every day, but do these plots go up?
Yes. Matter of fact, one of the things we have is at the end of the year, we have an increase that starts January 1st. They do go up, and they don't really go down. They keep going up.
They keep going up. And I guess the price is dependent on where you are in the cemetery? Does that dictate what the price is?
It does. If the garden is quite full, but because you have a loved one there, you want to be buried next to them. If we find a space available next to them, it does cost much more than if the garden is relatively new.
Okay. And then we didn't really talk about mausoleums and being put into the wall. I guess that's what we call a mausoleum, right?
That's right.
What does that cost? Because I know a lot of people, like my mother, she didn't want no dirt put on her. Okay. So she wanted to go in the wall. What does that type of situation cost?
And that's going to cost a person pre-need between $10,000 and $25,000
to be put in the wall.
To be put in the wall.
Okay, but that is another option for us, and that can be financed as well, I take.
That can be financed as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you say they never go down. Now, I know there's people out there looking for jobs that might want to get in this business. Is Rolling Hills hiring right now? Can some of these brothers call and get a job?
Rolling Hills is always hiring. Sales department is always hiring new salespersons.
Okay. How would they go about getting involved with that? Call Rolling Hills for an application, or what would they do?
They can call Rolling Hills for an application. Number is 510-222-9090. Let them know Anthony sent you.
Okay, and let's do that, folks. I'm sure some folks out there need some jobs, and I know in some of our communities, people getting killed up. So we need to make sure we got pre-needs, and some of our grandparents or our parents are getting older. Some of us that, like myself, you know, we need to take the mantle for our parents that have maybe not done it, and start having this conversation right now about whether their final needs have been taken care of, because I'm sure that many of us don't want to have this conversation, but it's very needful in our community that we start having these conversations. And I'm hoping that this show has at least created the conversation within your family. Is there any last words that you'd like to give to our community out here about this situation?
Absolutely. Oftentimes people don't think they can afford it. They can't pay the money to get these things taken care of. But what we do, we are flexible. We can work with just about anybody's budget. And we want you to come in and talk to us about planning these arrangements, because what it does is it does take a lot of burden off, a lot of frustration, a lot of the emotional impact that happens to a family at the time of need. Come in and talk to us. You think you might not be able to, but come and find out. We may be able to help you.
All right, so they'll make out some payment plans to make it easy for you if possible. Folks, I mean, we're just about out of time today. I'm hoping and praying that this show has been at least piqued someone's interest to start planning for your final needs. We're all going to need this piece of real estate. Nobody's going to be exempt. Right. So they're going to get your money now, or they're going to get your money later.
Right.
But they're going to get your money. Remember this, Jesus Christ is Lord. He loves you. I love you. I love what I do. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
For advertising information on the In Session Real Estate TV show, or to buy or sell real estate, give us a call at 510-568-4200 and log on to our website at sessionrealestate.net. This episode of the In Session Real Estate TV show was brought to you by The Power Is Now.
My name is Eric Frazier, and I'm a mortgage broker. And I have a program that can help you buy a home today. In fact, it's an FHA no-no. That means no money down, no closing costs. You need to call me. If you're serious about buying a home, don't procrastinate, don't wait, call today. These programs do not last forever. Interest rates are going up, housing is going higher. The time to buy is today. Apply to buy now. With Eric Frazier, Mortgage Broker.